Hey everyone, Strong Bite. I'm going to be doing a updated Guan Yu guide on what you need to be building. This one is orientated more towards the bruiser and not towards the support as my previous Guan Yu guide. So, without further ado, we begin with Bluestone Pendant. This offers a substantial damage increase to Guan Yu and pretty much all warriors, plus it's mana, so it's more sustainability for him. Next up, you're going to want to start with either your Boots one. Before we continue further, I want to say this is primarily orientated to outside of Conquest, so you could probably do some nonsense in solo as well. Except if you're in solo, you'd have teleport. Anyway, moving on. So you can start with your Boots here. This is, yeah, here it is. Or this. You can start with this, because I always recommend before you get that, whatever that thing is that turns into Transcendence, you would start with your Cloak. Because you're going to need the mana, primarily. That's why you're getting primarily the mana. Guan's early damage will carry him a little bit, but you need to get going if you're going to go bruiser. You're going to need that damage. Plus, this is a lot of protections. This item is probably the best. It is the best defense item in the game. I'm not going to jack around here. This is what it is. Hide of the Urchin, best defense item in the game. Only real defense item in the game. Honestly, everything else is built for other reasons. Anyway, as for your active on Guan, what you're going to be picking up is, I know I said this before, but it's probably going to be Shell. And if you're not getting Shell, it'll probably be Sprint. That's just how it is. These two actives are just really good. You have to have one or the other primarily. Guan's a little bit different, and as in your second active slot, sometimes you can pick up Meditation for when you're ability juggling. We'll get to that later, because this build does contain Transcendence. Well, this guide, so to speak. So, core items that I would consider core on Guan would be your Warrior Tabby, your Jotuns, and your Transcendence. These items I would consider core for Bruiser Guan Yu. Bear in mind that you are getting your Hide of the Urchin before you pick up these two. Though you can go Boots first, or you can go Hide of the Urchin first. You just do one or the other, that one first or the Cloak first. Right, after that, for other damage items you could pick up on Guan. When you're looking to finish out the match, and you're like, I need the extra bit of oomph, you always got to go for Titan's Bane. That's a lot of penetration and some decent power. Guan Yu's Talo Assault scale is 200%, so that's 60 damage on it. It's pretty good. Not too bad. It's not too shabby. It's probably the best thing you have access to in terms of actually doing damage, not counting cooldown reduction, which is too hard to calculate here. Other damage items that you can pick up on Guan would be you could get in Brawlers. Since they changed it to be based off abilities, this helps you because you're doing a lot of stuff to everybody. When you jump in your ult, you're hitting everybody around you. Or when you Talo Assault, you can just take them once and bam, anti-heal for 8 seconds. Plus, it offers 20 pin. That in addition to your base 30 pin means you have 50 pin, more or less. So there you go. That's actually damage. Take that and boom, 60. You got 60 pin, then the 33%. You are shredding through everything. If you get near a squishy, it's dead. It's gone. Poof. Because you're Guan Yu and he can't stop you. That's primarily what Guan does. Mage Hunter. Mage and Squish Hunter. Whenever you go Bruiser, that is. Let's see, what else can we grab here for damage? For other damage items we can pick up, I would call this one a toss-up. These probably aren't very popular items, but I would like to just put them up here. You can grab a Void Shield, because that's actually pretty decent on Guan, because it's more pin, plus it gives it to your ally, so you're giving your ally 50 pin as well, at least for the duration of 3 seconds, at which point it drops down to 20, so long as you're within the radius. Another item you could pick up on Guan would be Shifters. Now that's a 60 power item, and since Guan doubles everything put into Talo Assault, that's 120 damage under Talo Assault right there, boom. That's pretty good, but these are, bear in mind, these are very expensive items. At least what I consider expensive, because you're looking at like Transcendence price, and this is nowhere close to as good as Transcendence. Not even in the same category. That's why we're getting it later. So I'm generally just going to throw this up here, though. You get whichever one you want. You could also just put any damage item in there that you yourself prefer. I'm just throwing this up here as an option. As for defensive items, see, you're going to be looking at Breastplate. You'll probably, you will have to get Breastplate at some point in this build, so long as you have Jotuns. So unless you want to go some other cooldown route, I'm not sure what you want to do with that. But this item here is one of Guan's main items. I'd put it up there with core items if I didn't have the potions over here. But I just, wanted to have them there because it matched out with the chalk one, and I figured it'd be nice. But yeah, it's really nice. Plus, it offers mana, which gives you bonus power on Transcendence. It's not a super high amount, but stack that with Jotuns. And with the 250 from Hide of the Urchin and then Transcendence mana itself, you're looking at a really, really high mana pool, which Guan Yu just loves. He loves high mana pool for himself, and he loves full cooldown, so you can just go apeshit on everything as Bruiser Guan Yu. Another defense item you can pick up. You can pick up... Where is that thing? Mystical Mail. Now, Mystical Mail has, for a very long time, and I don't know what people think anymore, but I'm going to give you my opinion because this is, my channel. Mystical Mail is probably one of Guan Yu's best defense items, but it's not a luxury item because it's so expensive now. Well, it was expensive before, but you get less bang for your buck. You get less protections. But that's 40 magical damage per second, right? 300 health. Guan loves health. 30 protection. It's whatever. It's a little bit extra. It's health and protection. You don't get that much anymore. Now, Guan Yu is in this unique position as a warrior where he can shred magical protection. Just as he shreds physical, he shreds 30 magical as well. So that means this Mystical Mail is getting closer to doing its full damage, and it'll almost always do its full damage. Because all magical scaling except for Raijin on their protections goes up to 48. Okay? So you shred 30, and then they have 18 protections left. That's not going to do like anything at all to Mystical Mail. So those little ticks coming in, by the way, those little ticks stack your passive as well. So when you're Talu assaulting and getting your up to 10 charges on your passive for your heal, this is ticking too, albeit every 1 second. So you get an extra 3 ticks. That's an extra 15% more healing on your next heal, at least from the baseline. That is absolutely insane. It's a beautiful thing. You cannot underestimate it. Now, if you're looking for, I have to throw a magical defense item up here, and you guys probably know what it's going to be, because it's no contest. It's Bulwark of Not a Chance. If you really need defense, boom, get Bulwark. Generally, though, in this build, you're going to be wanting to get your damage items, such as like your boots, and get your Hide of the Urchin, which I don't have up here, but I just pretend this cloak is a full Hide of the Urchin, okay? You'll get that, and then you'll go boom, 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 and then your last time will typically be boom. This is the standard build I am recommending here, okay? This is really good. You're going to have low health. Granted, there will be 250 more because you don't see it because I don't have hide up there. I just have the cloak. But it'll be lower health, but you're going to have so much damn power. And you're going to be running around with so much mana and so much power. And you can just, if you get ahead with this especially, if you can get yourself fed early off of Guan's early damage to carry yourself further into the game than your enemies, when their protections have not scaled up and your shred is scaled up, you're going to win. You're going to run them the hell over. You're going to jump on the horse. You're going to go 1v5. That's pretty much what I'm saying here. And I don't like to be so rash about these things or give you promises, but it's going to happen, okay? You could do this. Everyone could do this. Guan can be so damn good if you can just play him Bruiser. He's awesome as support. I absolutely love it as support. That's what I play him as. That's my main role. I've done it for nearly 3 years now. But as a Bruiser, he can be very effective. Now, he does have his drawbacks. His damage takes time to channel off. It can be interrupted very easily. It can be dodged. Primarily, it can be dodged because people can get fast and can juke around you, and you can miss upwards of 40-50% of your Talu assault's damage. And all it takes is one jump or one sprint or one Aegis to get out of your horse. But those times when they don't have it, because your cooldowns, you got to think, your cooldowns come up before their actives come up, before their cooldowns come up. Because you have cooldown reduction. You got 2 seconds on your heal, you got 2 seconds on your dash, and when you hit your ally or enemy. But when you get those going, your cooldowns get to silly low amounts. Like, I'm not even kidding, silly ass low amounts. It lets you just destroy everything that you want. Right now, for relics, you're playing Guan. You're always gonna be looking for your counterplay option here, which would be Curse. This is really good. This also, if you pop this before you jump on your horse, what are they going to do about it? They're going to be slow, and then your horse slows, so they're slowed. But it has an absolute perfect counter, well, near perfect counter, in Sprint, which is your next item. Sprint almost completely negates Curse. The only thing it doesn't negate is the anti-heal, but it's 65%. Who the hell cares? Sprint is so damn good right now because it is just 40% for 6 seconds, and it makes you immune to slows. Nothing stops this except for hard CC. And if people are moving fast, I wish you luck landing your hard CC because they're probably too fast for you. That's just what it is. Bonus points. Guan's horse scales in a very weird way with movement speed where it doesn't actually say it. It doesn't go towards your movement speed cap. So you can go way above it. I'm sure everyone's seen the rocket horse before. I know I've done it before. And it's really fun, and it can be a really troll thing to do. I recommend trying it in your next clash or arena or whatever you want to do. Alright, so we have our shell covered, right? And then your next time here, this can be picked up as a second one if you want it. If you want Meditation on Guan, he is the one character who it would generally be alright to do this with. It's 15% of your health to yourself and to your nearby allied gods, right? and that's 35% of your mana to you and your allies. Okay? Now think, in this build, you're going to have a ton of mana, so you're restoring your mana, you're restoring theirs. Even with all this mana, Guan can still go boom. You still use a ton of mana because you're bouncing your cooldowns off over and over, just bouncing them. Okay? Alright. I think, see, it was one more. Yeah, that's right. It'd be teleport. This is just there for the sake of solo lane. If you're in solo lane, it's what you do. Right, so I think that actually covers it, guys. I'm a little bit interject this time. I'm coming down from having an absolutely amazing match, not even an hour ago with Guan, when I did this build and I was just doing some test stuff on it, see, because I wanted to do a bruiser build. Because, geez, what was his name? Some guy asked me, should I do this on Guan? Should I build this way? I was like, well, let me get some, it's all right to do. Let me get some data for it. I got the data. I've been playing a lot of chalk, so I was like, I might as well. And it was great. It was absolutely amazing. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you think this is a good idea, what you think of Guan in general in the current meta, in the state of it, whether conquest or otherwise, I really don't care. Just let me know. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Goodbye.